Hey there, folks. It's Thursday, roughly, or it might be Friday for you. It's a big world. Let's do today's CSS Daily Target. Oh, that's surprising. I can't. What's great, again, what's great about this game is that it's always different. Always, 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 always different. All right. What are our shapes and how do we do them? I feel like what happens if we put the colors on to my default template? What's similar and different about this? Well, we got rounded corners, right? We got to do rounded corners. Two, okay. And then we have that height. So this height is like too tall. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or would we do it? How would we do it? If we're using, okay, so in terms of choices, is it each layer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers? Is it 7 layers of elements? And if so, is each layer a thin layer, or can some of them overlap? There's probably arguments for both. All right. So let's start it, and we're gonna say it's okay to overlap. We're gonna say it's okay to overlap, or even more. Can they all be the same width and different heights? And okay, so. If we decide to do it with border radiuses, then we have to shrink the elements. If we can do it with backgrounds, which is the longer syntax, we need a radial gradient, probably several radial gradients. I think that's worse. So I think border radius is the way to go. So let's do a border radius. Let's see what that looks like. 20 pixels. How about 10 pixels? 10 pixels looks right. I'm going to move the margins on the first one here. And that means we have more elaborate margins. 300, 0, 20. So we just made that. Okay. Now, and we're going to run into an issue because one of these, like this one right here, if this is its own element, then it has a different border radius, and that's fine. We just got to get to it. All right, let's get to it and see what we do. 212, 310, 290, 292. All right, so that's thing number one. Now with the symmetry, so now we got the placement issue. We're just going to do them one at a time and not worry about the fact that we have a symmetry happening. We haven't decided. So we got to build some stuff. Sometimes you just got to start building and then you learn along the way. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to var of a margin and then those numbers. And I think the heights are all going to be a little different. And that would be true even if they don't overlap, because this height is different for this height, is different for this height. Yeah. And the border radius, I think, is also going to be a variable var, let's call it 10 pixels. Okay. So what's B? Margin. No, I don't need margin. I just need dash m. I'm already violating what I knew. Minus 100. And it's going to end with 12. and it's going to be less than 292. How about 250, 0, 12? Oh, and then that is 60. 250, 230. Oh, that's not working. That's a problem. That's a real problem. Why isn't that working? So I definitely see it, and it's doing something, but it's not doing what I expected. So I've made some supposition about how this works, and I'm wrong about it. So this number should change how that looks, and it is not currently doing that, and so I need to know why. So let's okay, so we say there's your problem. Okay, so again, so the debugging problem was the third one was overlapping the second one and confusing me. So one at a time, bite-sized chunks, always the way to go. Just a good reminder. Third minus 30, 260, 0, 12. PB. Yes. Oh, that's still not working right. Why isn't that working right? I got something funky here. All right. And the other technique is to go background, red. Yeah, I don't see him at all. Why don't I see him? I don't know why I don't see him. It might be obvious. It's probably obvious to me if I'm rewatching this video. But I don't see it. What if I do the word margin? Okay. So I'm pretty sure I've done margin. So, okay, I don't know why that's not working, but let's not get distracted. We're sleeping. We're already behind. We're behind. That's no good. That's 4, 3, 2, 1, 190, 192. Okay, and then the height on this guy. Let's see if I can make that work. It's just not working. Why isn't it working? My variables aren't working. Did something change in my browser or in the Chromium? There's some obvious thing that I'm missing, and I don't know what it is. Putting the color on. Okay. What if I do a bar? C for color, let's say. Okay, so that's working. So do I is there been a change in how CSS variables work? In Chrome, I've been able to do margin specifications using numbers without units, and that is, well, that's not the problem. It just disappeared completely, and that's no good. All right, I'm learning some lesson here, and I have no idea what it is. Yeah, so removing the pixel. So there's some lesson here. I don't know what it is, but regardless. Height. Oh, here's what it is. If you are smart, if you were paying attention, so here's the lesson. I reuse the same variable. Programming too fast, not looking at what I'm doing, and I couldn't tell what the deal is. 2, 3. Now everything's behaving correctly. So yes, I am in fact just a programmer who makes many mistakes. All right. So I don't want to do, actually I want to do the second one, don't I? We're going to go up 50, 60, right? And then 2, 2, 3. That's great. All right, so there's thing number 1, thing number 2, thing number 3. So what's C? C is dash dash R for this guy is going to be 10 pixels, no, 10 pixels 0, I think. No, it's 0, 10 pixels. And then his margins, minus 20, 0, 0, let's see. So minus 10 to go up, 100, 0, 20. Something like that. Okay, so and it's the same 12. Great. And then the height, 10, 20, 30. Great. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 192. And then, is this 0? No. Minus 20. And then this height is 20. No, 30, 40. There it is. Okay. Well, that's those. So we got the first part. And what happens if I do C and then B and then P again? Here's those guys. So the C, and then I'm going to add another attribute, which is this Y value. Why is it Y? Because, well, it's flopped. So Y, is there a transform that I can do? So I want to scale -1. Wow, scale is, yeah, scale for Y is -1. Okay, and then where are those guys? I'm going to do translate. Yeah, so I'm going to move that off. So what I really need is this middle guy. This middle guy is the next guy. P C X. Yeah. So why am I doing that? X is not a great name, but you gotta trust me. Margins for him. So let's do background. There he is. Okay, so now that I've set the color on him, I can set his height. We know he's like tall, 60, 100. And then his margins are what? Dash dash M, probably even, 150, 0, 1, no, 0, 150, 0. Oh, actually 0, 150. Oh, that's great. So, okay. 50, 60, 70, 72. 0, 172. There he is. Great. And that is the correct height for him. So then what happens? So I'm going to undo what I've got for Y right now. But I am going to set a color. Those are those guys. They're in the wrong order. I know I need to scale them. Which I think that's doing what I want. I'm less excited about that. So okay, so here's what I want to do. All right, here I'm not crazy about any of this, but I think the margins for C are going to be the flop of this. Now, if I could do a calc on all those numbers or do a simple flop, then maybe I would, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do this. This is 192, and this is 12. There we go. And then I'm going to do a y plus y, so that's the second y. And that M is the flop of B. Sorry for the scrolling. The scrolling is a little wonky. That's a bummer. There we go. And then we're going to do the third one as well. Yeah, it's a little verbose. And then this guy's margins are currently this. Probably it's 0, 12. It's close. Oh no, maybe it's minus 20. 30, 40, 50. It's close. Okay, so this margins on the first Y probably are too much. 0. 20, 30, 40. Oh, no. Is that too far up? 3, 20. Something's missing. Clearly something is missing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the middle guy, which is BCX, and then CB, and then nothing. It's kind of working. So, oh wait, so that's good, and the second one is too far up. That means B, so I actually need these numbers. This would be 232. And we're a little closer, 1, 30, 40, 50, 60. All right. Let's submit. Make sure we're at 100%. So is this the most efficient way to do this? No, certainly not if you're going to mistake the variable names and make a lot of mistakes, which is what I did. But, you know, we got to forgive ourselves for stuff like that. Let's minify and unit replace and see what kind of score that is. I don't think it's much more than 610. Kind of like a 640, 650. You know, 614. There's a lot of patterns there, huh? You could absolutely so one thing that I didn't do was use box shadows. They're not totally symmetrical. So what happens if I do that and then attempt to use a box shadow? I think I run into a problem with this guy because his shadow. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see what box shadow looks like. So box shadow. Okay. I'm going to set a color. No, I'm not going to set a color. So let's make that a variable. Var S on that. Something's wrong there. Why do I keep having trouble with the code that I'm adding? Box shadow var dash dash s 10 pixels, 10 pixels, solid. Oh, that's it. I see it now. It's an extra paren. Just making bozo mistakes today. You know, that's not being super nice to myself there, but that is definitely a bozo mistake. All right. Okay, so we will go ahead and put the color on this one. 200. Well, let's do. I'm just going to short circuit these guys and then. I guess I need the unset keyword. Really kind of a mess today. It's been a good day, but I'm not quite getting it done. Again, that's not a collision of the names. I mean, kind of messy, very messy. Okay. So here's the issue: semicolon being gone is the problem there. Again, this is a reason to keep semicolons in your code if you're expecting it to be flexible code, and I definitely did not do that. And for some reason, these unsets are not doing what I thought. I thought that unset would be a valid value for box shadow, but apparently none is what I need. So there's a nice lesson actually. Just a very weird to me. 3, 110, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 280. Okay, so that's the box shadow. And then 10 pixels, 10 pixels. There it is. Okay, so then we move that over 100, and then down 100, 40, 50, 60, and then over more. This is a little cleaner. Ah, look at that. So there's the next problem. Is that shadow doesn't line up in the way that I want it to. So I think that means I need that on that as well. And that kind of works. And then I need it for C. Okay, and then 150 over 60, 70, 80, 80, 90. Uh-oh. I'm not. So I think I'm in trouble. This was meant to be. Yeah. Did I break myself? I think I might have broken myself here. I'm going to add colors here. So there's that guy. Oh, yeah. So, okay, so that pink one is too high. Yeah, okay. And we're going to remove him. And is that correct? I don't think that's correct. Yeah, and I ruined it here. All right. I don't usually abandon a solution in progress, but I'm going to abandon this solution in progress. I'm going to go back to the solution that was good. Yes. And do a little just tuning. This background doesn't need to be a variable. And are there other changes that I would like to make? I can do so. I can do Y. I think I'm going to stand pat. It's very far down the line, but obviously there are many other choices for doing this one because this is the kind of one that I will sleep and then wake up tomorrow thinking, aha, this is the way to do it. Because there are many ways to do it. I think the box shadows, because it's symmetrical, kind of. They're sort of symmetrical around an axis in a way that's interesting. But yeah, we're gonna not do that. All right. It makes me want to see. Am I gonna do something more? No. Today I'm not. Yeah. So here's the final. That's the final. Are there patterns? Are there things that can be done? Probably. Am I going to do them? Not me today. Not me today. Perhaps you will. And maybe I'll make another video about this one, actually. This is one that I might. Because if I think of a great way to do it, then I definitely will attack it. It's possible, so brainstorming, it's possible there are ways to do this using a CSS variable with the scalloped edge and then put it in different places. That's possible. Clever deployments of box shadow inset, also a possibility. Those are the two that come to mind as approaches that will be worthwhile. But I'll leave it there. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you have a better day than you had. If you had a bad day, I hope you're taking care of yourself and take care of each other out there. And it's rough out there. It's rough on a lot of people. Brutal time. Take care. Bye.